Guys, the vampires with pens are back. Speaker Vinnie Prieto, Senate President Steve Sweeney, and Governor Christie all got together late on Friday to hand us a gas tax. Diana, you are chasing this unbelievable story, and all this is happening in an emergency vote this week just to stick it once again to the middle class. What do you got?
We've seen it before, politicians in Trenton meeting at midnight discussing how to rob New Jerseyans of their hard-earned money. And now they're at it again, this time trying to raise the gas tax by 23 cents a gallon. Governor Christie announced a deal on Friday alongside Democratic legislative leaders on how to fund the Transportation Trust Fund. The deal will come to a special session vote on Wednesday, and if it passes, New Jersey can go from having the second lowest gas tax in the nation to among the highest. So what can we do to stop this? Well, I hopped in my car, filled up my tank, and headed to Red Bank. I met with State Senator Jen Back, who was among the few politicians taking a stand against it.
We stopped this proposal once before. Our democracy works. Add your voice to the conversation. Call, email, let your elected officials know how you feel.
Now, the governor refers to this tax as the first broad-based tax cut since 1994. That's because this deal includes an end to the estate tax, a slight drop by less than 1% to the sales tax, an increase in tax credits for the working poor, as well as a personal income tax exemption for veterans who are discharged honorably. But many experts say those tax cuts will really just benefit the wealthy, and they also say it'll cost New Jersey about $1 billion a year. On top of that, State Senator Mike Doherty says that 23 cents, it might rise even higher than that.
It's somewhat convoluted, and I imagine they're doing this intentionally to try to fool people, but actually it's a cap that's going to come back and bite you in the wallet. They're automatically going to increase the gas tax to get back to that artificial cap level that they created.
I was chasing this from the very beginning, right after that midnight vote. I asked Governor Christie, are you one of those vampires with a pen?
There's a pack of vampires gathering to drain taxpayers' wallets. Are you one of them?
No, not at all.
They're well done.
I'm cutting taxes.
And he said no and was laughing. Which is kind of like the nonchalant attitude he's had about this whole thing. He claims that he's passing this gas tax, although he's a Republican, because he wants to help our roads and bridges. What did he do when it wasn't passed? He threw a temper tantrum and basically stopped all projects until this happened.
Well, the arrogance is outrageous. Jessica, you asked Steve Sweeney about this.
That's exactly what happened at 4:30 on a Friday on a holiday weekend. They called a press conference to make this announcement on the gas tax. And then Christie got out of that press conference so quickly. So Sweeney came up, Prieto came up to the press, and I asked him, will you guys vote on this tax again at midnight like you did the first time? And the response was pretty irritating because they kind of just explained to me how legislature works.
This money's not going to fix the potholes. This is going to fund pet projects for these guys. It took 3 guys in a back room to come out and stick it to us. This is only going to be painful. And the worst part is the tax cuts, even if they were going to be helpful, which they're not, over the course of 15 months. That means the minute Governor Christie's out of office, you get a new governor, what do you think is going to happen? You're only going to get stuck with the gas tax and all the cuts are gone. Allison?
Like, do they want no one to live in New Jersey anymore? I have friends now with parents that all of them are leaving the state because they can't possibly afford to retire here. So, I mean, let's hope that the bridges and roads work because everyone's leaving.
Is Christie retiring here?
No chance. Thanks, Diana. We'll see you Wednesday. We'll see what happens.